You think you understand women until life proves you wrong. One day she's warm, soft, and looking at you like you're her entire world, and the next, she's distant, quiet, unreadable. You sit there replaying every word, every silence, searching for what changed. But here's the truth: women aren't puzzles meant to be solved. They're mirrors reflecting the parts of you that you've ignored for too long. Most men spend their lives trying to figure women out, but the secret isn't about understanding her first, it's about understanding yourself. Because a woman doesn't respond to your words or your looks, she responds to your energy, that calm, grounded presence that says, I'm not chasing, I'm not proving, I'm here because I choose to be. That's the kind of energy that speaks louder than confidence, louder than charm, and it's the first secret most men miss. You've been there, giving your best, staying loyal, patient, understanding, and still being left behind. That pain you carry isn't weakness, it's proof you cared. But women can sense emotional instability before you even speak. It's psychological, affective attunement, their ability to feel your inner state through your energy, your tone, your silence. When you're anxious, seeking validation, she feels it. That's why true confidence doesn't come from pretending to be strong, it comes from believing you already are. Women are drawn to peace, not the fake kind you post online, but the kind that comes from knowing who you are. When you stop trying to impress and start expressing truth, something changes. Your presence becomes heavier, your silence gains meaning. But you weren't born peaceful. You earned your scars. You trusted the wrong people, loved the wrong ones, stayed when you should have walked away. You've been misunderstood, broken, rebuilt, and still you rise. That doesn't make you broken, it makes you human. The wisest men aren't mysterious because they play games. They're mysterious because they've learned stillness. They've stopped reacting, stopped chasing chaos, and started protecting peace. That's masculine energy at its highest form: presence. And when you embody that presence, women begin to trust you, not because you're perfect, but because you're steady. You become stillness in a world full of noise, clarity in a world full of confusion. That's when she feels safe. Safety. That's the second hidden secret. Young love craves chaos, but mature women, wise women, crave safety. They want a man whose silence feels like home, a man whose eyes say, I've seen pain, but it didn't break me. But you can't give calm if your soul is still at war. You can't hold her heart if you still chase validation. You can't protect her peace if you're still haunted by your past. Heal that part of you, not for her, but for yourself. Because when you heal, you stop attracting pain disguised as love. You stop asking, what does she want? And start asking, what do I deserve? As you age, life gets clearer. You realize most of your pain came from ignoring red flags and explaining your worth to people who couldn't see it. You begin to value peace over passion, silence over noise, consistency over intensity. That's growth. That's wisdom. But growth doesn't come easy. Some nights you'll feel lonely. Some days memories will burn. But loneliness isn't punishment. It's preparation. It's life-clearing space for someone who matches your energy. Women are drawn to men who are rooted, not reactive. Emotional control isn't coldness, it's mastery, the ability to feel deeply, yet move with clarity. Women test that, not to manipulate, but to see if your peace is real. When she pulls away, when she challenges you, stay steady, don't chase, don't mirror her chaos. That's how you show strength without a single word. And when she feels your calm, her walls fall, her softness returns, her love deepens, because she's finally met a man she doesn't have to protect herself from. That's the man she dreams of, the man whose energy feels like safety. But remember, women don't fall for your success, they fall for what your success says about you. Discipline, patience, purpose. You can be broke and magnetic if your mindset is strong. You can be rich and lonely if your soul is weak. Stop trying to impress with things. Impress with energy. A mature man doesn't chase love, he attracts it by becoming love itself. Every man thinks he's chasing love, but what he's really chasing is peace in love's presence. You don't crave attention, you crave alignment. You don't need validation, you want to be understood, and the woman who truly loves you will bring understanding, not chaos. but you'll never recognize her if you're addicted to drama. Because peace is the rarest form of passion, and only a wise man can see that. A mature man learns to find beauty in stability, devotion, and consistency. He stops confusing attention with affection. He learns to sit with silence and build love that doesn't demand fixing. That's real maturity, quiet, grounded, powerful. As you grow older, your energy shifts. You stop arguing to prove your point. You stop explaining your worth. You stop chasing people who won't meet you halfway. Your circle shrinks, but your peace expands. That's not loneliness, that's clarity. And women can sense that. They can feel when a man has chosen peace over performance. He walks differently, not with arrogance, but with awareness. That's power. That's magnetism. You might fear aging, wonder if women still see you, but a man becomes most attractive when he stops pretending to be young, when he embraces his lessons, his scars, his quiet strength. His confidence becomes gravitational. Women don't fall for perfection. They fall for presence. They fall for maturity, for that I've seen enough to know what matters energy. You don't need to compete with younger men. They have speed, but you have direction. They have flash, but you have foundation. Women feel that. They're not looking for a man who shines. They're looking for one who anchors. True strength isn't coldness, it's depth. It's being able to feel deeply and still stay grounded. You were told to hide emotion, to never cry. But women connect through emotion. If you shut off your feelings, you shut off connection. You don't need to be emotional, just emotionally available. When you can hold space for her pain without making it about you, she feels safe to bloom. A woman can only be as feminine as she feels safe to be. If she's controlling or cold, it's often because she doesn't feel safe to surrender. But when she's with a grounded man, her softness returns, her laughter returns, her light returns. That's your power, to awaken her peace, not through control, but through presence. But to lead her, you must first lead yourself. Keep your promises. Honor your word. Because self-respect is built one kept promise at a time. A man who can't trust his own word will never be trusted by others. Women follow consistency, not charm. The more consistent you are, the more she relaxes. That's how trust grows, when she no longer has to guess who you'll be today. Attraction isn't surface, it's spiritual. True chemistry happens when polarity is alive, masculine and feminine energy in balance. When she's emotional, you stay calm. When she opens, you protect that space. That's the dance that creates real passion. A man who masters his energy doesn't chase validation, he radiates value. Modern men forget this. They become too soft or too hard, losing balance. The wise man blends both, strength with empathy, logic with love, silence with soul. That's what makes him unforgettable. Because she may forget your words or your face, but she'll never forget how she felt in your presence. Ask yourself, what do women feel around you? Safe or tense? Seen or judged? Calm or careful? Because energy doesn't lie. Women listen to your energy more than your words. You can say all the right things, but if your energy screams insecurity, she'll feel it. Stop chasing attraction. Build alignment. Build discipline, purpose, peace. You don't attract who you want, you attract who you are. If you're inconsistent, you'll attract confusion. If you're grounded, you'll attract peace. That's energy law. You fought silent battles, carried invisible pain, kept moving when you wanted to quit. That's strength. Stop seeing your scars as failure. They're proof of survival. Stop apologizing for being too deep or intense. You're exactly enough for the right woman. The truth about women is simple. They don't fall for perfection, they fall for presence. They give their soul only to the man who feels like home. So ask yourself, are you that home? Or are you still building walls where love could grow? There comes a time when a man must stop chasing and start choosing. Peace over chaos, growth over ego, partnership over performance. You've spent your life trying to understand women, but the key to understanding women is understanding yourself. The moment you know who you are, what you stand for, what you won't tolerate, women feel it. They sense your boundaries, your steadiness, your truth. That's attraction. The less you chase, the more you attract. not because you stopped caring, but because you started caring about yourself first. Women don't just want a provider, they crave protection of their peace, a man who holds them and holds his ground, who doesn't confuse love with control. That man is rare, not born but built from heartbreak, reflection, and the decision to stop being a victim of his own patterns. You've given love away to those who couldn't hold it. Now, give it with standards, with clarity, with strength. This is your moment, your wake-up call. The world still needs men like you, men of depth, integrity, calm strength. Legacy doesn't begin when you die, it begins when you live differently. So tomorrow, don't just wake up, rise, walk slower, speak truer, love deeper, live wiser, and if a woman crosses your path who brings peace and respect, match her energy. Don't test it, don't question it, recognize it. Because real love isn't something you chase, it's something you align with. See clearly now, brother, because when you finally see yourself, you stop settling for confusion. You love like a leader, you live like a warrior, you walk like a king, and kings don't chase approval, they build empires of peace.